how do you go about picking the right internship or the right graduate program for you? I am very passionate about this topic because during my time at university and even my time running Bulletproof Competency Answers, I have seen so many people, so many of my friends, so many of my clients applying for roles and companies which have no alignment whatsoever with who they are as individuals, what their ambitions are, what their strengths are, what their passions are. And people seem to just go with the flow. Hey, banking sounds nice, consulting sounds nice, this advertising thing sounds nice. So, what I would encourage you to do is to, when you're sitting down to think about what roles, what schemes you want to apply for, think about a couple of things. Number one is, what is it that you're really, really, really good at? Okay, what is it that you're known for? What's your strength as an individual? Everybody has a gift. You want to find a role and an organization where that particular quality or skill is going to be used every day. So then you are stacking the cards in your favor, and it's not going to be difficult for you hence to thrive and really do well in that role. So what is it that you're really, really, really good at? The second thing that you should consider is, what is it that the company stands for? Because ultimately, we all want to have a meaningful why to the reason why we wake up in the morning. Now, if you are passionate about, say, for example, human rights, why the hell are you applying to work for British Gas or to work for a telecoms company or an engineering company? It just boggles my mind. So the second thing you want to do, especially if you're at a stage where you're applying for internships, is give yourself the chance to experience something. So you may think, for example, that trading is what you want to do, and in your head it's all wonderful and it's a bed of roses, but little do you know what the actual reality of that of trading is. So definitely you want to do a internship to really test your assumptions and really prove that you do actually can see yourself in that type of role in your future. The other thing you want to consider is, what type of industry are you getting yourself into? What type of sector are you getting yourself into? Can you see yourself in the long term adding value to this sector? Can you see yourself being interested in this sector for the long term? For example, I remember once I was helping this student, and he was applying for procurement consulting. And what ended up happening is that he did get the job, and then after a few years he came back and he said, I regret it because I'm now pigeonholed in procurement consulting, and I'm finding it very hard to move into normal management consulting or any other type of role. So he actually pigeonholed himself into that sector. So you want to really think about the long-term prospects and whether the sector itself is something that you want to be in long term. Now, there's many people out there who just apply for certain schemes because it sounds good, or because their friends are applying, or because it just sounds really sophisticated. Like, I would strongly encourage you to think deeply about what type of role you're applying for and what type of scheme you're applying for, and have a process of questioning yourself in terms of, okay, am I really that enthusiastic about this sector, about this role? Can I see myself, waking up every single day and then dedicating the best hours of my life to this type of role and this type of sector and this type of company? And if you are somebody who is fortunate enough to know what their long-term goal or ambition is, then position yourself in a way so that you can actually get there. So I remember once I was doing a coaching call with someone, and they said to me he wanted to work for the UN, okay, in international development. And he came to me because he was applying for finance roles. And I was like, oh, hold on. You're telling me that this is where you want to go, but you're applying to something totally in the opposite direction. How does this make sense? So why is it that you're applying for finance if this is your ultimate goal? And he couldn't give me a legitimate reason. And the best he could come up with was, it pays well. Well, then I talked him through the reality of finance, that it pays well, but it's not that amazing. And if you factor in the living costs in London, the travel, the food, this and that, you're probably not going to be left with very much, especially if you're somebody who's moving from another city into London. So do not take a detour, which is in the opposite direction of where you actually want to be in the middle to long term. So if you need help with this type of sort of thinking process and self-discovery process, there are some powerful questioning techniques that can be used to help you figure out what it is that you want to do with yourself. Feel free to reach out and book a free 15-minute coaching call with myself. I'll be more than happy to assist you in this, because it's probably one of the most important decisions of your life in this moment in time. And it would be a blessing and an honor for me to be able to help you make the right decision.